welcome to your Discussion 5B Sample Methods Overview. In this activity, you will practice one of the most important and most precise parts of writing a scientific manuscript, the methods section. This isn't creative writing, this is tell me exactly what you did so I can replicate it tomorrow type writing. And that's exactly what this discussion will help you master. So let's walk through what you need to do. Using the body composition data set in Module 5, you will create a sample methods subsection that explains how 3 measurements were obtained in males and females. BMI, percent body fat from the bod pod, and percent body fat from 7 site skin folds. Your methods section must include 3 components. The first one are subject characteristics. Here you will paint a clear picture of who participated, and be sure to keep it realistic while including the inclusion criteria, any logical exclusion criteria, characteristics relevant to measuring BMI and body composition, and how participants were grouped by sex, or anything else that may help the reader understand your sample. Think of this section as the who of your study. In the second part, or second section, you want to talk about instrumentation. Now, in this section, you want to describe exactly how the measurements were taken. You'll need a brief but accurate explanation of how BMI was calculated, how bod pod, percent body fat, was obtained, including the equipment and basic procedures, and how the 7 site skin fold percent body fat was measured, including the sites and your general technique. Now, you don't need to write a full textbook here, but you do need enough detail that someone else could replicate your process. In the third part, you're going to talk about analysis. You're going to explain how you would analyze your data. You must include, in this section, a simple Pearson correlation and an independent samples t-test. And yes, be very specific about which variables you are comparing and why. This is your chance to practice pairing research questions with appropriate statistical tests. By day 5, you want to make sure that you have responded to 2 peers while you serve as a reviewer. When you respond to your classmates, you can comment on things like how their method section compares to yours. You can also talk about what they did well, where could they go further, and what might be missing. You can also include other details like specifically gaps in subject characteristics, instrumentation descriptions, and analysis procedures. What could they add for clarity or completeness? Here, remember that the goal of the methods section is reproducibility. And if you have any questions or you need more detail, that's probably a sign that other readers might need that too. So be constructive, specific, and professional. Finally, by day 7, reply to 1 peer who commented on your post. Return to your original post and reply to at least 1 person who provided feedback on your post. And in this response, you can do things like acknowledge their suggestions, ask clarifying questions, explain your decisions, or note any changes you plan to make. This final exchange mirrors how real scientific peer review process works. Back and forth dialogue leading to stronger writing. If you want practice, you can also use the same data set to draft a short results section using the tests demonstrated in the Module 5 videos. This is completely optional, but it is a great way to connect your methods to real statistical outputs. This discussion will give you a hands-on practice with one of the most essential components of scientific writing. A strong methods section shows clarity, precision, and professionalism, and mastering this now will serve you well in the future. Take your time, be detailed, and enjoy the process of writing like a researcher.